Can you hear that? That sort of like a small tail or something. I could have sworn something squeaking as well. I think for now I might just keep my feet like a foot or so off the ground and pray it doesn't see me as some kind of, rodent scale Mount Everest. Scamper up my trouser leg and take a shit on the summit. I mean, well, it's either that or, I try and catch it. I'd probably just be kind of, chasing it around with, what is that thing that you clean the pool with? One of those. Sort of crouching, poised, for if I can catch a little brown thing in the corner of my eye. I couldn't anyway. There are way too many rooms in this place. Each with 1,000,000 different mouse-sized crevices. Organic, they called it. It was all the rage back in the day. We shipped the best guys in from Italy to do it. I gave them each a Manor and a Maserati. And in return, they chiseled ribs into the walls, put up these bone-shaped pillars and sinew buttresses that really bring the room together. The poor mouse probably thinks it's been swallowed up whole. I used to have this joke. I used to say, come into the living room. And they would ask, which one is the living room? And I would say, all of them. I mean, I'm mostly just confused as to how it managed to scurry in here. Sure, there's a couple of acres of lawn right outside. But past that, it is just desert. Plus, it's like 40 degrees in the sand, so this rat will become more like a frittata. Now, where was I? Oh yes, the city. That arid metropolis that rose up out of the sand, all highways and high-rises, before sinking back down just as quickly. I guess there is something poetic about seeing these half-mile shards of glass recede into the sand from whence they came. You can't use desert sand to make glass. Would you believe it? We had to import sand. By God, there's a reason why no one else was mad enough to build a 147-room palace, let alone an entire city, in a sand dune, miles away from water. There's a reason why you people call places deserted. Even though our little patch of sand will always be desert, but was not always deserted. We do still get tourist vultures, we call them. They come here just to gawk. But they usually find out that the novelty of seeing toppled skyscrapers wear off surprisingly quickly. Oh, and we also get those boy racers come hedge fund managers who'll airlift their sports cars to do some laps, drifting across 18-lane highways, kicking up chunks of tarmac behind them. You see all those wells over there? We have a few hundred more just like that over the horizon. And if you have a particularly sharp eye, you may also notice that none of them are pumping anything. You see, humans have a very particular pattern of behavior when it comes to oil. They're just nice. Relentlessly nice to you if you have it. They'll build wells, then they'll build towns around those wells, and soon enough you'll find you're ruling over several million people, each of their lives stacked precariously atop the most volatile substance on earth. You know, countries need it so badly that they turn a blind eye to absolutely anything, as long as you're still the lowest price on the market. You could execute and torture, and they just still wouldn't care. Not that you know. I would, you know. Of course. Of course I remember it. I can tell exactly what's playing out in your head. Blame shifting from person to person, you know. This is going to be a PR nightmare. What do we tell the investors? What about our money? Thing is, it just wasn't like that. I mean, the apocalypse. It was more like the country was a sick dog. And we were the stubborn owners refusing to let it die. I want to be found again. 200-300 years later. Hopefully by some intrepid explorer, though more likely by some guy stranded in the desert, sprinting toward the strange structures ahead, praying they're not just a mirage. I want him to find my statue, you know, the one in the city center? All toppled over and worn away by the wind and sand. He'll wipe away the dust, covering its inscription, and he'll read, "I am the crown prince. Look upon my works, ye mighty, and despair." Maybe, just maybe, he stopped and think to himself, boy, that guy must have been pretty important. Before he collapses of heat stroke and dies. A legacy is a legacy, you know? I'm really not that picky.